Hello everyone, Edain here, and welcome back to the last day's overhaul mod for Mount & Blade Warband. You might notice we're in a very different place to where we were last time. I decided that we would start this video off by going down to Gondor and starting making some more allies in the southern lands for the men of the west. Speaking with Stuart Denethor. Do I know you? I am Manadhon. I'm Stuart Denethor of the rule of Minas Tirith and so on and so forth. It's a long list, let's just put it that way. He rules over all of Gondor. He wants to send a letter to Prince Phaedred. I shall get on that. And while we're here, let's see if there's anyone else to talk to. I do believe I passed someone. It's Hurin. I'm Manadhon Natural Service. Do you have any tasks for me? Always make sure to press a few times because it might not always show up the first time, but there always will be something at some point. Next, let's speak to the Guildmaster. He wants us to find ores, and at this early point in the game, it's not good to actually accept getting metal scraps unless you already have them. Only do that when you know you can. So firstly, we want to talk to Phaedred in Aldburg. Simple enough. And we'll see if Rohan can do anything for us. We're just going to be going back and forth this episode between Rohan and Gondor. Hopefully getting at least one rank point with each, which requires 50 rank points to get a rank with them, and then after each rank we get, it'll give us a lot of extra benefits, along with being able to maintain our hold over some companions. Also got some tribal orcs. Let's deal with them in the cover of night, and as you notice, we also have our company of 10. That is going to keep that way. If we lose one of our elves, we will replace them with a man from Gondor or Rohan, just until we have the companions we need, because once you get past the first few days, you want to be having a group of 10 to deal with any certain missions like surviving raiding parties from villagers, or going to escort supply trains. You want to be able to do both of those quests, and you can only do them if you have a company of 10 or greater. And because this is only some tribal orcs, I'm going to let the elves deal with that. My allies, my fighting force, and they are fast because it is night. And orcs have, I don't believe orcs actually get a stat bonus at night, but they definitely fight better because they're mostly melee, and it's not easy to see at night, for a player at least. Are you here? Are you helping me? Well, Faniel's here. She took one out. She took out the other one. Well done, girl. You get leveled up quickly doing things like that. And yep, you are very mad. But victory was ours. And we continue on to Aldburg. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit as we're moving. Save us having to do the entire trip slowly. And we've still got a few days to complete that tribal orc quest that we had last time. That was the only thing we didn't complete. And I'm going to chase the tribal orcs I can, because that will give us a lot of resources with our wooden realm. And here in the open field, those orcs are dead meat to our archers. Let's get moving forward. The orcs are coming. How well are elves doing? Not too well, it seems. They're struggling to find a place. We got one. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4. I don't even have to shoot, I don't think. And I'm going to try not to shoot as many enemies sometimes. When the numbers are in our favour, I won't intervene and just let my units do all the work, because the more experience we gain, the closer the war begins. Which there will be a time where I will just participate in every fight to a great degree, but there are some fights I will just be playing very slowly. And I want my units to get the experience more than me. For example, some soldiers are now ready to upgrade. We can upgrade 5 of them to their next tier. Prince Phaedred, I have a word from Stuart Denethor. Do you have any word to give a message to Faramir of West Osgiliath? And we're going to see what the Aldburg Thane has to say. Deliver some supplies. This is a nice easy one. Carry a cargo of supplies that need to be delivered to the Hornburg Thane in as fast as possible. 6 supplies, yep. What that basically means is we get these supplies, and as long as we have space to hold them, we can do the quest, and it's quite rewarding. The resources you get are no joke. I was going to pop into Edain on the way over there, see if their Thane has any requests for me. It's got a supply train to Henefanoon. Ah, well, the one hidden place on the map they asked me to find. Well, that's not bad. Let's see if there's anyone we can speak to here as well. Grimbold, I am Manadhon at your service. And you just need to keep pressing the do you have anything to ask of me? Do you have any tasks? Because, again, even though they're just saying no constantly, there will be a time where they will say yes, I have something to do for you, even though they originally said no. King Theoden. Yep, still nothing. I think it's because I'm still only level 3. They don't want to give me too many big missions. So we've got a supply train we need to escort. But most importantly, we have a job to do by going to Hornburg first. And the supply train will just follow us, and that is 50 troops protecting our little group. As much as it is, we are protecting the supply train. It works both ways. It means we can be a lot more reckless, because these guys will always back us up in a fight. And as long as one of them lives, then we'll still complete the mission. Although you'll hardly ever see anything bad happen. I just remembered I didn't have to actually go in here, so I didn't have to see a nearly black screen. I've come to deliver 6 supplies to you. Louis Von has leveled up. Nice. That gave us 90 resources and 3 rank points of Rohan. The caravans go to and fro. The city's been attacked multiple times by Dunish warriors. They're getting bolder and by... Oh, I'm not going to deal with the Dunland warriors yet. That's a dangerous thing. If it said tribal orcs or like mountain goblins, then fine. But when it says Dunlandings, I'm like, no. I've seen them fight. They are dangerous this early on in the game. Powerful throwing weapons that can take out an elf in one shot, and they will die. They won't be coming back from that. Let's speak with Louisvana. Let's see what other points I can put into her. I'm actually kind of intrigued on if Wildcraft will work. But I'm going to hold off on that for now because there are some other things I want, like spotting. I will test out eventually if she can get Wildcraft and actually boost on top of my own. It is a party skill, so it should work like that, but let's not waste any points. Let's be able to see everything around us from a screen away. And we're currently making as many resources as we are losing to maintain our force, which is fine, because that means we're not losing anything. Let's just make our way to Henefanoon. Which is, for those that don't know, here. You might be wondering, why is that empty? Because Henefanoon, for those that don't know what it is, or where it is the basically where the Forbidden Forest, not the Forbidden Forest, where the Forbidden Pools were. The sacred place where the sacred Gondorian settlement, where the Rangers hold themselves up in. And so it's the only place on the map that's actually hidden from both ally and enemy sight until you get close enough to it. And also, I don't think you can actually siege it as the evil factions. I've never been able to. But you can definitely go into there because there is another powerful companion you can get, which I won't be getting straight away on this playthrough unless we do a lot of stuff in Gondor, which we might do later on in the campaign once the war begins. Because those that have not played this game a lot, or know much about how this game plays out, Mordor almost always beats Gondor because of all the extra allies protecting them. So you've got to really help Gondor. As soon as one of these factions lose their settlement, that's it, they're gone forever, their armies are dead, and they'll never come back. But until that happens, if even one settlement falls to, from Gondor's possession, then it's just a fast track to losing everything. And I think for today, I'm happy to just keep going back and forth just a little bit. If we're just going to be sending letters back and forth for like 10 minutes, I will just stop. Oh, we've got a small force here fighting. Let's aid the Gondorian scouts against the Mordor scouts. And although we're on the other side of the river, there shouldn't be too much threat either. Although I will warn you all that if you fight near to Osgiliath or on the eastern side of Osgiliath, be careful and expect to lose troops because the enemy uses the Nazgul and the Fell Beasts to basically scare units so much that they die. And I'm not joking. Some might live, but most will die. Nice work, my Greenwood Scouts. And heavy horse archer of Rohan. And the victory is ours. Quick and swift. Just had to be done, and Hennethanoon has now been revealed to us. Let's make sure we get the caravan there. Just in time. Deliver those supplies to the rangers that protect their borders. We've now advanced to level 4. Now's a nice bit of rank points. And influence. Influence is always important to get while we're playing this. And I did say we might... No, keep going charisma for now. I'm going to get another point in leadership. See if that will actually bring down our costs a little bit. Because it does say it reduces the cost by 5%. But 5% of 2 isn't a lot. So it obviously isn't going to show. Let's have a look at over here, see what they want from us. Caravans are being raided by tribal goblins. Here we go. Tribal orcs even. So this mission is kind of similar as the hunt down the tribal orc parties. But this one is just as kill at least 21 tribal orcs. And we shall do that because as soon as you complete the killed tribal orcs, you don't have a time limit on it anymore. You just need to keep going. Anyway, let's go meet Faramir in Western Osgiliath. Let's slow down. We see a bunch of tribal orcs as making their way forward. 12 of them, so they outnumber us. So let's make our way over here up to this hill. And let them come to us. We have range superiority on our side. Archers come here. Unnamed one, which I mean companions, come up closer to the top. Archers. Archers, follow me. Okay, sometimes they don't exactly follow your orders, but they try. It is also probably because they are currently shooting at the enemy. Or maybe there's a part of this map they can't actually go on to. There are a few problems with the mod, obviously. Nothing is perfect. But it definitely works. Everything works. Beautifully done. That's the best thing about the Greenwood Scouts. We're meant for swift execution attacks with those daggers. And they do it quite well. And that will refresh in the next hour, which will be probably just moving up to Western Osgiliath. We can now see that we've killed 12 tribal orcs, 9 to go, and the quest is complete, and we get a sweet reward on top of that. Some Mordor scouts over there, they should be fine. We won't reach there before they actually finish killing them, because they will just slowly, over time, kill each other. Speak to Faramir in the broken ruins of the once fair capital of Osgiliath. I'm Manadhon at your service. I bring a word from Prince Feodred. And here we go, this is what we're waiting for. We've received reports from our scouts that a raiding party is on its way to a village near West Osgiliath. Are they able to send men? We can, but it will take time to mobilise. My men and I are ready. We shall ride out at once. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to request some volunteers from Gondor. I'm going to request all these volunteers to join us in this fight. I'm going to have them put at top, so they are the ones who are in this fight the most. We might still get everyone in, but there are times where you can't get everyone into the fight, so I'm going to try and make sure they get into the fight. Faniel, improve your first aid and surgery skills. You already have someone who has a bit of wound treatment in yourself and Luivana. Now, where's this village? Over there. We've got very little time to save it, but first I want to see if they have some arrows to give to Faniel, so then she can fight from afar. We don't have the money to do it. We just have to recruit all those troops. So let's go to this village and defend it with our lives. You see the village being raided by bandits. You ask most of your troops to watch out for other raiders while you take a small group and prepare to defend the village. And that's what I mean. We send a small group. It could still be all of us, which it is. But then there's also the villagers inside, and then some whoever scouts there are. Because it's Gondor, it could be any of the enemies of Gondor. This time we got lucky, it's only the Mordor orcs. If I say lucky, they have got some wargs out there. We need to kill them. Both the rider and the mount need to die. Both are deadly. If left unattended. And yet, the farmers have kind of dealt with the orcs. And there we go, victory. That was pretty easy because it was orcs again. If it was Corsairs, that would have been a bit more dangerous. And now some units can upgrade. I don't plan to keep these troops. I'm going to give them back to Western Osgiliath. I'm going to make this guy who did get some experience become a Gondor Watchman. So now when we give these back, they're not only more veteran, but they can now defend Gondor's frontier. And in doing so, we get our money back. Sometimes even more, depending on how many get to level up. We want to get more trainer skills, we ought to do it. Well, Manadhon, we have heard from our scouts near West Osgiliath that you have valiantly defended the village. These raiders are becoming bolder every day. We sense that war is surely coming. Thank you once more, Manadhon. It was an honour to serve. Do you have any tasks for me? Speak to Eomer at Eastfold. That is good. Now I'm going to check our things here. We have 1 influence with Lothlorien, 2 with Rohan, 2 with Gondor, and 3 with the Wooden Realm. And we need 34 more rank points to get a rank with Gondor to be able to keep the ally we're going to be getting there soon. Ooh, that's dangerous. That Lasana Auxilla will not survive that fight. And there's no more troops to help them. And I'm going to have to take a call and say I can't help them, so I'm just going to continue dealing with other threats elsewhere. I'm going to first go to Minas Tirith and get our next companion. And we have 315 resources, so we should be able to hold him. I forget he's not in the Citadel anymore. You have to approach the White City to find him. Which you may think, this is very daunting. Isn't there 7 levels you have to walk up? Thankfully not. You only have to walk up like 1 level, and that's as much as Minas Tirith you get to see. When you're fighting in it, at least. I think you can actually just walk up all the way, which you have to get to the Citadel, but, you know. Let's just talk to our new companion, Curdil. Hail, visitor. Might I ask what your business is here? My business is Gondor's business. And who are you? Ah, how graceful to inquire about me. I have been newly assigned as a guard of his stewardship's hallways. A proud duty, if I may say so, if not very eventful. Well, you are kind of in a wrong place, then. I've been trained as a minister of watchman to keep order in the White City and serve my Lord Steward. However important my duty is, I'm quite anxious to see real combat and elves and talking trees and oliphants. Well, you'll see some of them down south. Sorry, that was a bit of a sniffle. You seem well-travelled, Commander, and I don't mean that as a slight on your appearance, not by a fathom. I learn quickly and can cook well, good enough for soldiers, that is. I am not mistaken that you are looking for volunteers. I am correct. You are correct, I am looking for visitors. Oh, a happy day. I'd be glad to join your company. I need to talk to my sergeant first, and then off we go. There are glorious battles to be fought and all manners of strange creatures to see. Very well. We could use some cheer in these dark days. Not let me go, I'm afraid. Let me talk to him. There we go. And now we have our third companion, Curdil, who it starts off with having nothing, but you can mold. That just means you can mold him however you want. Louis Varner and Faniel already had some skills, and we're gonna put them to good use. But with Curdil, I want to make him a trainer of sorts. If I was to try and get the other companion from Henethanoon, they actually have a nice relationship with each other because he teaches Curdil a bunch of different things to help him survive. But anyway, let us march to Eastfold. Any tribal orcs we see on the way, we shall cut down. And we have to return to Henethanoon to get our reward for that. Oh, well, they walked into me, apparently, and I didn't see them. I thought that was someone else. But we're on the open field. This is our turf. There's a lot of them. I'm going to have to participate in this. Let's see if we can see them. I see them. Okay. Try and take some pot shots from far away. Need to try, at least. Because if I can distract them, I can fight them back and take as little damage as possible. Nice headshot. Got the weapon out. And now let's keep overhead slamming them. I'm going to need some help. I'm going to call in some help while rapidly clicking the right button. There we go. Everyone's in. Just need to keep slamming them. Don't let them hit me, I have to hit them first. Thankfully they have crude weapons. And even slower on the field. There we go. We slayed 21 tribal orcs, suffered no casualties. Some got away. Or no, all of them died. Some were wounded. We survived, we gained morale. And we shared the experience. Now all our elves can be upgraded. Faniel took a bit of damage along with myself, but Círdan and Luivana stand strong, as I expected of them. And now we can return to Hennefernoon to earn our reward. But first let us speak to Eomer in Eastfold. And most of the smaller cities of Rohan look like, the centre looks like this, which I quite like. Wait, you're not... I'm in Eastfold, right? Not East Emnet. Where's Eomer? Oh, there he is. There we go. I'm Manadhon Natural Service. I have a word from Faramir. We want to speak to Angbor the Fearless in Callambel. Very well. Now speak to the Fane. Some particularly troublesome goblins are not that difficult now we have a force, but I'm also going to request some aid from the local Rohirrim themselves. Put them up top. And we'll give them some training here. Against 24 mountain goblins. Now these are the slightly more difficult goblins I was talking about. They're not the tribal orcs that just swing around bone clubs. These ones have a bit more metal to them. But we stand strong. And I will not be intimidated by an orc nor beast. Oh, lucky shot. I like it. I'm liking it. A lot of them are standing out with shields, but also a lot of them are not. You try to hit me, I hit you back. Oh no, I'm getting hit. I'm getting hit hard. They're surrounding me. Uh-oh. That was bad. That was bad. That just shows how much they can hurt you. But my units have it, I think. I think we're fine. Half of them are just standing there. I don't know why. Oh, I'm not liking the look of this. Okay, we have 5 troops against 9. That could have gone a lot better, but I underestimated them. And these are the Rohirrim and Faniel. Everyone else got wounded. That's not good. If I can just keep my wits about me, we'll be fine. You could also just disengage, but then we'd lose the quest. And I'm not a quitter. To make sure they tell them to charge. Oh, no, 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 weapon, weapon. Oh. No. No, you don't. Oh, no. 2 left against 3. Oh, no. Oh, no, I have no health. Okay, there's 2 Rohirrim. 2 Rohirrim militia against 3 orcs. We can do this. What could go wrong? We've only lost twice. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everyone's wounded. We're not lost, thankfully. You 2 need to charge. I can't be the one to fight this. Oh no. Come on, militia. There's 2 left and there's 2 of you. You can do this. Come on. 1 more. 1 more. No. Oh. I need to not fight for a while, I think. We won, but oh my god. That was not worth it. That was so close. We're all wounded. Except for these few Rohirrim that survived to the very end. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Those goblins hurt. Let me give you these Rohirrim back. They serve me well. Let them serve you a bit better. Oh, it hasn't let me complete it yet because I need to sit here for a sec. There we go. Command I must object. The sacrifice of so many of our soldiers is harsh and we didn't. I understand, but we were fine. We're fine. We're fine. Trust me. Let's get some cram rations to increase our food supplies. And there we go. Victory is ours. You want 6 good materials? Hell no. Even I don't got that much. I was close, but not quite. Okay, Curdil. Starting buffing your intelligence. I will make you a trainer at some point, but for now, I'm going to give... Oh, you've already got a point in Bargainer. Okay. Make you a bit better in combat for now. Because we do need you as a bit of a frontliner. And put you in Unnamed 1 as well with the rest of our companions. That was a very unfortunate turn, but it could have gone a lot worse. Let's get more Iron Flesh so we can actually survive a few more hits in the future. And now let us speak to... Let's first go to... okay, we're going to go to Angborn. Going to speak to Hennefernoon, and I'm going to make all the way back up north to get the rewards from that. I will see you in a second. And we're back. I found one last tribal orc troop on my way back to Wood Elf West Camp, and we're going to take them out before we hand in the quests. We have... how long left? 5 days. So it is a good thing we found this just before the end. And I found a few more on the way back. Some of which I let live, just because if I was trying to if I wanted to chase them, it would probably take me up to the time limit. And I didn't want to have to waste that chance. And there's a few more I cut down, but only when we were ready, because we were still healing, and thankfully, thanks to our attentive healers, we have all fully recovered and are ready to fight back at full fighting force. This time, let's hopefully not lose anyone. That's the last thing I'd want to do. And let's get out of there. And here we go. Let's see how much money we make. We're currently at 889. How much is this going to go up by? Going to the Campmaster. Killed 8 more groups of tribal orcs at 320. And another 500 for completing the quests. And that's 6 rank points and 1 influence. And I'm now level 6. Nice. Okay, and we've got a few levels up to do. We've got Faniel, who now costs 1 resource a day, which is going to get expensive the more we level her up. And I think I'm going to put a point to riding, because one day I will want to give her a horse. I want to give all my companions a horse one day. And then I'm going to put 1 point into surgery, just keep upping her skills. And we can also give her those arrows we bought. Oh wait, I didn't buy the arrows, I didn't have enough money for them. Right. Louis Vonner. Let's put that point into Wildcraft I was thinking about. And let's also put a point into Bargainer, because that will reduce the cost of everything we need to buy. And let's put points into whatever we can for proficiencies. And then myself, let us get more charisma. And get a point into leadership. Up our skill with the bow, and then a one-handed weapon, I guess. We'll get a weapon soon enough. Let's see, do we have any cheap arrows? No, but those wood elf arrows are looking pretty nice. +4 damage, and our current arrows are +1 damage, but they are bent. These are not bent. So these would be very nice to have. It's going to be expensive, but since we're still making neutral amounts of money, it doesn't really matter. And the more we do for the elves, the more money we'll make. And let's give these bent wood elf arrows to Famiel, so now she can fight primarily with a bow, like the rest of our company. We'll eventually give a bow also to Curdil, but he has a sword and shield, so right now him having the sword and board treatment is definitely going to be better. Looking at our current influence levels, we've got nothing with the men of the Anduin. And I think we're going to try and change that. We want to get 4 in total to get our next companion from the Beornings. And I will continue doing more stuff down in Rohan and Gondor in a bit. But for now, since we're up here, let's do this. Want to dispatch some scouts. I'm only willing to dispatch scouts with the Wooden Realm, or if we have the unit we need. So let's escort the supply train to Kellen Thollen in Lothlorien first. And let's see what other little things we can do along the way. Must be the escort, yes? I'm going to take it down the safe road. And that safe road is going to be firstly going to Beorning Village. Let's keep you nearby. Let's not lose you. Getting to night. Let's make our way to Beorning Village. Who is here? Beorner Blackfur. Let's take a quick visit. Approach the Beorning Village. I need to remember where he is because this village is very... not large, but... Okay, here it is. Up at the top. Next to the... I'm assuming... the stones. Yeah, that's the stones. Big stones. Hi, Beorner. I'm Manadhon at your service. You have a task for me. No commander will... 2 minutes. Okay. This is another good quest that is going to give us a lot of experience. Because normally... Let's just actually speak it through first. No commander should have to admit this, Manadhon, but I was expecting my troops the other day, and there were such here who don't know which end of a sword to hold. They need someone to show them the meaning of valor. You are a warrior of renown, Manadhon. Will you train some troops for me? I'd be so grateful to you. How many men do you need? You can raise 3 Beorning toll takers. That is one of the top ranked units, by the way, and bring them to me. That'll probably be enough. I suggest another method, sir. I'll take 2 fresh recruits to the arena and teach them a thing or two. I suggest another... Yeah. Teach them a thing or two. That is an interesting proposal, Manadhon. I shall tell my sergeants to send the recruits to the arena. Follow them there and whip them to shape. I will be watching. Thank you for your help. Let's begin the training. Don't ask why we're naked. Don't ask why we're bare-chested. That's just how it has to be. It's the way things have to... Ow! Be. Ow! Stop it. Stop double teaming me. I'm beating you up good. There we go. The victory is mine. 2 were defeated. Let's return to Beorner and speak with him. Well, what is it? I've trained two troops and 2 of them have learned well. You can take them and you should be prepared for battle. And that earned us 3 rank points and 90 resources. It does do a lot more the more you do. But yeah, because it was a small thing, only for like 3 troops, it wasn't going to be a lot. Well, the soldiers are at your command now, sir. I am sure you will teach them good... yeah. Speak to Ruel at the Woodsman Village. Well, we'll go there after we have delivered this supply train to Kellen Thollen. So originally, back when I was playing TLD Overhaul in the last few playthroughs, it didn't give you that option. You had to always say, yes, I will train such and such units, which if I have a look here, I can show you in the troop trees where the toll takers are. Let's go to... where are they? Vale of Anduin. Where are the toll takers? They are here. So they're not actually that experienced. You need to take a Beorning man, make him into a Beorning warrior, and then a Beorning toll taker. But that can take a long time to do, and they have to be able to be alive through all of that. You have to be paying for them to be leveling up. So it's a lot of commitment to some units. You can get a lot from it, but I always prefer, since I've seen that option, I always take that option. Because just beating some guys up, or letting them beat you up, to then get some free experience, and not have to do anything, and you're getting more from it. You're not wasting time, you're not having to spend 120 days leveling up some troops. It works, it really does. Some instances, you might already have the unit, so you can just say, hey, here, take them. But that is a 1 in 100 scenario. The 99 times, you should always just fight the guys. Don't ask me why they're bare-chested, but just fight the guys, get the level. You'll improve in proficiency with pole arms, which might not be everything, but there are some pole arms in the game which you will want to use, like lancers, for example. Well, we have already almost reached Kellen Thollen. We can cover the rest of the way ourselves. We've earned some resources, some rank points, and influence, which puts us at only 1 with Anduin. Okay, before we do anything else with the Anduin, I'm going to go back down south and help out Rohan a bit more. And Gondor a bit more. Get closer to rank 1 with both of them before we end this video. On my way down to Rohan, I noticed a rather large scout force fighting against a rather large outcast force. So we're going to fight this, and I'm just going to show you why it can be dangerous to fight these Dunlandings. We've got all the units under our control, I think. So if I ask these cavalry to charge, they should start charging it. There we go. In smaller forces, you can actually command the forces that aren't your own. Yeah, let's look at these Dunlandings. Walking up, they've got those javelins, which for a large-scale battle isn't that impactful for like yourself and your companions. But to give to a unit, and look at those axes, they will probably cut my health down to half if I let them hit me. So I'm going to keep knocking them out, and then we can take them as prisoner. Take them as prisoners for future quests. Which will slow us down a little bit, but they will be ours. There we go, Dunnish Warrior and Dunnish Wildman. Got a few more scraps. I'm going to actually sort these out. And our landmass is almost out. Landmass, unlike other food, is actually very, very... It just lasts a long time. It lasts so long, in fact, that it is the best food in the game. And the fact the elves get it just means you don't have to pay for food for like the first 10 minutes of the game. There will come a point, I say 10 minutes, I say first 2 hours of the game, you don't have to really spend much on food. Though I will get more of it, because the second that's gone, it's gone. I'm going to keep getting cram rations since it's the cheapest, and it definitely does its worth. Let's speak to everyone around here, see what we can do. We want ores materials, 7 low-grade materials. I have 7 low-grade materials. Here you go. Have all 10 of them. Have 10 of them. It's not many resources, but it's more than what we would have gotten from just selling the scraps in the first place. And we get the rank points too. Is there anything else for supplies for food? You want 4 pieces of food? I will find 4 pieces of food. Let's get this. I'm going to buy this. No, don't get the beef. Never buy beef in this game unless you're playing with orcs, because the second it gets to like a day old, people stop eating it, and then when it goes rotten, no one eats it. So I'm paying a bit of money for this. But now I'm going to go back to West Emnet and give them that food. And hopefully they'll take what they need. 2 cram rations, 2 smoked fish. They took the pieces that were already half eaten. That's fine. That works for me. Escort supply train to Kellenfall. I'm not going back up there. You can't make me. You can't make me go back up there. Anyway, there's no commanders here, so let's make our way to Edain. Oh, outcasts are chasing us, and they are faster than us. We're going to have to hide soon. I did recently find out that our putting the extra point into Wildcraft for Louis Varner did not aid in the number of units that we can have in our troops. So I feel like every skill, except for maybe trainers, there are some skills that seem to multiply depending on who you go for, or what you go for with each character. But some only works on the highest skill, and I think Wildcraft is one of those skills. And we need to do some Isengard scouts, which should be taken steadily serious, because those archers are actually more powerful than we are. And we're elves. That should show you how much respect I have for those archers. Colin was one of those archers, by the way. They are dangerous. The Uruk-hai hunters are the small ones. The Uruk-hai archers are the dangerous ones. In fact, they had all the tiers of Uruk archer there. Trackers, hunters. They're all dangerous. Anyway, we've still got some smoked fish and dried meat. The landmass is almost all gone, but we've got some more supplies. Need to speak to Ruel. I forgot about that. That's why we're not... Oh, I've had a long day. Okay, I've had a long day. Let's speak to Theoden, see what we can do for him. And then we'll call it a day, because I'm actually feeling the weight of the day on me. Bring 20 prisoners. Oh my god, I pressed too fast. I didn't realise what I was pressing. Thankfully, I have 2 prisoners right here, Theoden. You have any other quests for me? I shall mobilise the men. I shall marshal the men. I'm going to get all of these, as long as it's not going over our wildcraft limits, because otherwise we would be screwed. Put them all up front, so they get the experience, or die first, you know. We'll fight this in this village, and then we'll call it a day. Let's defend the villagers. How many of us are going to be in this fight? 14. So it feels like 14 is the magic number when in these fights. Farmers getting taken out by the Warg Riders of Gorgoroth. So these are Mordor orcs as well. More Mordor orcs. And these ones are a lot more heavily armored than the first village we had to deal with. So we need to be careful. Otherwise we will lose. So these orcs, having got sticks and covered in rock, in skins, these are far more level-headed and experienced in the ways of murder that their kin are so used to doing. And although many farmers have already perished this day, if we can even save one, that is a victory. The orcs may be many, but so are we. We've taken out the Warg Riders at least. That's a victory in itself. Oh, I just shot a large orc of Mordor in the back quite nicely. Oh, got a block against every hit. Take as little damage as possible. One of the Rohan youths I think I called upon died, along with just a scout of Rohan. Oh, that hurts. But they fought well and valiantly. The orcs that remain are trying to retreat by walking into a house. Yes, that will work. There we go. The Warg Rider of Gorgoroth is dead. Although some pay with their lives, those that remain are now well versed in the ways of war and are ready to return to Edain as hardy warriors. The Rohan militia and the scout of Rohan return home. And now let us speak with Edain once again. Let him know of our victory. And that has earned us 10 rank points and 1 influence. Nice. And that has ranked us up. It was an honour to serve. Our land is facing dangers that are unheard of in our times. People are disappearing in the outskirts of Eastfold. Not only commoners, but even small armed groups who venture outside the walls never return. Oh. I'm going to save this for next time, by the way. You're not going to see what this is. Wild trolls, Manadhon. Giant beasts, twisted monstrosities. They never ventured so far from their dark caves in the mountains. But at least one of them has been sighted around Eastfold. I don't know what witchery has caused this, but I need that thing to be dispatched. You can count on me, my lord. And we'll be fighting those trolls, potentially trolls, next time. So I hope you've all enjoyed this. And we'll get to do some troll hunting next time. So get ready. See you next time. Bye.